Welcome to Off Track, the motorcycle racing podcast, brought to you in proud partnership with J&S Accessories and B-Moto Motorcycle Insurance.
We're still at the Devitt MCN London Bike Show, and I'm absolutely delighted to say, a man who needs no introduction, let's be fair, Dominic HERBERTSON, welcome to Off Track.
I love it. Do you get the missus to do that just to get an arse shot in? Just to promote it, get the hashtags
I might even
flowing.
just leave that in,
Mate, I'm only going to watch it if you do leave it in, As simple as that. How are you doing, Cupcake?
I'm
I love a this
Thanks,
mind.
mate. That's very kind of you to say.
Well, I'm looking...
Well, we'll put it on the back as well, look. You see,
you corporate son of a...
Show that to the camera, you see. I'm trying it on your microphone there, mate.
Jesus.
I didn't mean to tread on your cable. I do apologise.
It's your cable. You crack on.
How are you, mate? It's good to see you.
Yeah, so have you actually told everyone what happened around about 10 minutes ago?
I'll let you do that.
You're scared? You're scared? So no, we're down here at the MCN London Bike Show, and so unfortunately someone decided to stack it at the end of the sprint.
Well, there isn't a lot of room there, is there? Let's be fair. When you're getting down to 4 second sprints.
I tell you what though, but the good thing about podcasts is you can give the nitty gritty without getting told off.
It is true, because this will go out on Tuesday. The show will be finished by then.
Perfect. But no, seriously, it's a great idea what the organisers put on with the sprint, but I don't think really the road rider lads who got invited down here by the Manx Grand Prix hadn't really put a lot of thought into it. So you got Hickman on a stone hard cold Dunlop with no tyre warmers. You got John McGuinness over there on a 2007 Colt Dunlop with no tyre warmer.
It's not even a new one.
We got Lee Johnson, the only man who turned up on a Dunlop with tread.
See?
And he hasn't done a run yet, and his first experience was watching the arse end of that person go over the water bale. So this is, I tell you, for a spectacle, they are delivering here at the MCN.
They really are, yeah.
There is no such thing as grip. It is just sliding all the way down. That is what this place is about.
It's been fantastic. You've been down on a couple of bikes so far.
Yeah.
What you've been down? Tell us what bikes you are.
Yeah, so I've been very, 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 very lucky that obviously they can't get anyone else to ride these BMWs, so they've asked me to step in. So I'm on the F900 here, which I'm actually very, very lucky to be riding in the BSB.
Look at this.
I know. Chrissy will be laughing his face off right now. What I mean? All them years of me taking the piss out of him for being a hair gel. Anyway.
No, mate, I was coming up. That's exactly where I was going with it. You're going to need some hair gel in here and some really cool sunglasses.
I've got the sunglasses because of the eye injury from last year, but that's a different subject. But, Chrissy taught me into doing this. And if it wasn't for Chrissy, it just simply wouldn't be happening, because I'm an absolute wuss when it comes to money. I can barely get the violin out, you know what I mean? Can you edit in a violin?
I can do that.
Some
I can do it. Just pick that up a little bit more, mate, because it's a bit noisy in here, that's all.
Oh, I see.
I can hear you.
Oh, God, I think half everyone else can. It's just this microphone. But no, so it was a case of, I always struggled to get my funding together to go do the TT in the roads.
Yeah.
And as we know, the roads are in trouble this year. Hopefully they get sorted. Like you're saying, this is coming out a week from having this conversation already. So hopefully it's all sunshine and rainbows and everything.
The Northwest, they're quite keen to be going, aren't they? Yeah. Merv's come out there and he's put his head above the parapet and said,
it's something good.
We're going to go for it. But the smaller ones, your Armoy, your Tandragis, they're going to struggle a bit, mate. And you love those little races.
Well, no, they're the foundations of roads.
Of course
they are. Don't get me wrong. The TT is the pinnacle. It's the top of the triangle. I don't care who you're trying to contest. It really is the top of the triangle. And you got the Northwest, you had the Ulster. The Ulster's gone.
Yeah.
And the mad thing is, that feels like such a distant memory almost now. And it's still very raw. The actual subject of talking about the Ulster, it's still is it coming back? Is it not? People are still hopeful for that.
One race I never made it to.
Mate, I'm going to rub salt in the wound. It was outstanding. You speak to any rider, especially Hickman, Lee, John, all of them, every single one. Everyone who went from riding a 125 round there up to a full superbike, everyone loves racing around there. But, people are still being hopeful about that. That
would be good.
People haven't forgot the heritage that this sport has.
It's what's elevated the sport to where it is because of events like that. It's not done it on its own accord.
That's it. But what I'm personally worried about, and what I'm terrified about, is, as understandable as this is, people are worrying about their own back garden.
Yeah.
Now, the short circuit lads, they're worried. You've got the Ulster worried. You've got Tamragee worried. You've got Cookstown. And unfortunately, this is a big problem that they all need to get in on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just about saving the Northwest. It's about saving the short circuits. Like, let me give you a little list of successful riders coming out of that little rock in the middle of the sea. Jonathan Ray, Brian Reed, the Lavertys. You know what I mean? You've got Richard Kerr stepping up. You've got that many people that
Irwins.
come from
There's
the
so
Irwins.
many.
My God, we could sit here for hours, which we're not going to do because I'm
Well, to
thirsty
be
and
fair,
you're sick of my shite.
No, well, you don't look like you're going up and down here for the next couple of hours.
No. But they'll get it sorted for the next one.
Yeah, they will.
But it's scary times. It is scary times, and I hope if one of these events get going, it pinballs further down the line. I hope, right, we fix that. Let's move to the next event. Let's fix that. And unfortunately, Dave, I'm standing here. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to social media. Keyboard sofa warriors. I'm essentially sound like one now. Am I coming up with any solutions? No. Am I just whinging? Yes. You know what I mean? Am I being like, I'm scared. I'm scared, and
But you're better placed to be that because you're one of the competitors. You're not sat on the sofa whining about it, but not offering any solution. No, it affects you and your livelihood.
Well, you see, I'm one of those lads that are like, I don't get paid to go racing. Yes, of course, I would love to get paid to go racing, but I spend all my money cutting trees on doing that, and I've got a very close knit of friends and family who are sponsors that come along and get me to those situations. But it's so easy coming up with solutions. I am not in the mix of it. When people say, "Oh, what do you think? How is this going to be done?" I can't give a solution.
I don't think anybody can at the minute. No, because we're not insurance people or organisers.
Isn't that terrifying?
That it's completely out of your hands.
But it is. And that's the thing. Like stand there and people who are whinging, they're probably saying it in the wrong fashion, and people aren't doing the right things. People are being proactive, but it needs to be a solid plan. It's easy to do something in a panic. Something needs to happen. Do I know what that is? No, this has been an honest answer to this.
I expect nothing less.
I'm shitting myself, mate. I am. I love this sport. And I love this sport even if I'm not in it.
Yeah, you're still a fan of the sport. It's important.
I mean? And I just, everyone feels that same. We're a niche market. Racing motorcycles is a niche market. Ping pong's a niche market. Dressing up as mermaid for cosplaying and making a couple of quid on the side. Niche market. That's what you used to do, didn't you?
Mate, I tell you what, you've been subscribing to my OnlyFans channel.
I know, hey, you got to make money, son.
Latex is where it's at, I'm telling you now. That's exactly where it's at. Don't knock it till you tried it.
No, but, mate, it's scary. It's scary, but it's like I say, I could sit here and ramble in your ears for 20 more minutes.
I'd let you do that. I love you.
No, but going in a circle of giving no solutions, and
But don't you find that happens a lot on social media? You go around and you come back. So what's the answer? I don't know. So what are you saying? I don't know.
Exactly.
What do you mean? And that's why I don't get into arguments and discussions on social media. If there isn't a definitive answer, we're not in that position to offer a definitive answer. It's not our remit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. You're a rider and a fan, but it's way out of our hands, and it's up here. But I do wonder, and you maybe correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't know for sure, but I do wonder if there are people in certain places that wouldn't give two hoots if road racing didn't turn another wheel in Northern Ireland again. Yeah, well, would that be fair to say?
That's 100% fair to say, because there's always the yin and yang, isn't it? You know what I mean? You can't keep everyone happy 100% of the time. Where as bike fans, as we've discussed, we're biased. I think this is... it's not even being biased, this is fact.
This is fact, it's the best sport.
It's the greatest sport on the earth. But, there's always going to be a negative person. There's always going to be a negative person. True. There's always going to be someone. By creatures of design, we focus on one thing, and that's survival, and that's, we always become self-centered. What am I getting out of this?
Yeah.
Even indirectly through genetics. And
how does this benefit me?
But that's it, and people are going to do that. But these are the times where we've got to realise how fragile this situation is.
The whole sport is.
The whole sport is, exactly. It's not just particular events. The whole sport is fragile. And as a community, which sounds terrifically like a brownie or a Boy Scout, or, you know what I mean? As a community, we do need to be careful.
Yeah.
Collectively, you know what I mean? And
we don't need infighting and things like that. We need to all to be as one. It's at the end of the day, yes, we've all got our favourite riders and favourite people. You rank in there amongst both of them.
Just get your tongue out my arse. Joking.
I won't. I thought you might have washed first, but thanks anyway.
I'm from the northeast, so I don't, you know. You can take the lad from the Tyne, but you can't get anyway.
But no, we're all here for the good of the sport. This is why we're here doing this. This is why you do what you do and I do what I do, is because we absolutely love motorcycle racing. Doesn't matter whether it's short circuits, time trials, whether it's Anglesey, Tandragee, it's motorcycles going fast.
That's it.
There is nothing better in life. That's why we have a motorcycle racing podcast between us. Because we love it.
No, but it's just keeping that.
It is a sense of community.
Oh, it is, and it's just let's.
You were right in what you said before.
It's just it's getting a plan, but like even. And the good thing is, it just shows like I personally think the TT's safe. Nothing's bulletproof. The
no,
word
it isn't.
safe,
But that's ACU, isn't it?
That's ACU.
So,
but even that, like the way it's ran, like even I personally think the Northwest will come back. I hope so.
Yeah,
I really hope it comes back. I hope Armoy comes back because that's the same council. The same council
that's
district.
The one that I would like. Yeah, so Coleraine and.
Yeah, well, no, it's Causeway.
Is it Causeway Coast?
But for me personally, like Tandragee, they're all amazing. But like going down that avenue, we need one national to return this year.
Yeah.
We need one. We need a foundation to go, right, we've got one back, let's get them all back. Easier said than done. We're going down that route. That's it. But it's just going to show how accessible the rest of these championships are going to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping for. Like BSB, like I am incredibly lucky that Belgrave from Sheffield, sponsor plug.
Go for it. That's what we're here for.
I'm incredibly lucky, thanks to Chrissy on the Chasing the Racing podcast. Another plug. Yeah, he said, look, you want to do this championship in Belgrave, listen to the show and say, look, we'll help you out. We'll buy the bike as Belgrave and I have to do the running costs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I not? But I'm incredibly lucky that I've done this because then at least I'm getting the track time. But the good thing is there is still space in the F900 Cup on for BMW. So I'm hoping people listen to this on like next Tuesday or whenever it is and think, all that talent in Ireland, all that skill set in Ireland, and everyone's made the plans, have bought 600s, have done this, have done that. This is, gulp while I say it, 12 grand's a lot of money, but you can have a race bike for 12 grand. I feel like I work with BMW now. but
who were you out for dinner with last night?
Indian, I believe they are.
Yeah, who with?
Damn it, you caught me out there.
I swear to God you were out for dinner with BMW last night.
I'm only kidding. But yeah.
It was Thai, by the way.
Yeah, whatever it was. I've still got the shits, whatever it gave me, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm just hoping, that there are spaces on the grid, and I just hope all them people are out there who even do, mini bike racing, because mini bike racing, you can still do out there. Different insurance.
Yeah, which is weird, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's great. The fact that people still go racing mini bikes.
But the fact that the racing is still going on in that sense.
So imagine if they got rid of it. Trials riding you can't do, because that was under the MCUI. Motocross. Motocross is different. This is a bit of a mind blower for you. In south of Ireland, you can't race, but you can do track days at Mondello. Different insurance.
Right.
This is the thing.
This is where it's also completely wrong.
No, but in the same, it's good. I'm actually glad that we've brought that up because bike racing still not. It hasn't just cancelled bike racing. Track days is still there. People.
It's the racing events that we're missing.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm just glad it's still accessible to go racing in some form, with the hope of the return of full racing in Ireland and Northern Ireland. I just hope it fully comes back. But there are options out there to get people over to England, which is easier said than done. There's that financial element, flights, travel costs, all that bullshit which you have to add on top of your tyre bill.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not just the 12 grand for the bike.
No, you
so much more.
No, but you run 4 tyres, you're talking a full season if you don't cartwheel at 25 grand. That makes it sound like I've got to fall out my arse. I've got to find that money to run it.
Of course.
But it's not like Chrissy, God love him, was finding 4 grand a weekend just for tyres for Superbike, and he was the pinnacle. He was world class. He really was, and he did that, and he found a way. And I hope everyone, your listeners in Ireland, and sponsors around those aren't giving up hope. And it's like that fragile thing that we were talking about prior. It's trying to stay positive, which is easier said than done.
It's the only way to do it. Positivity is the same for anything.
Yeah.
It's the only way. It's why you go racing.
Yeah.
It's why you do what you do. Tell me about this. Tell me what's going on with this then for 2023, because we're going to see you at a lot of, I think, every round apart from Cadwell, I believe.
Pretty much, yeah. So I've got commitments. Well, bearing in mind, if I'm winning it, I'm going to have to lend your helicopter. Have you got the jet one still?
Yes, mate. Yeah, it's got your name written all over it. I'll even sponsor it for you. I'll even put Dom on the side of it for you.
What a man. What a man.
Yeah,
no, but
it's fine.
No, it's a case of I'm doing this, like, and like me, like I keep, you know, of course I'm going to keep bringing them up, but like Chrissy taught me into this to go for my TT campaign. I'm a TT man through and through. You know, it'll be engraved in my body till the day I draw my last breath. But you know, this will drag me up. You know, yes, of course, I'd like to be doing stock 1000 as well, you know, on a BM.
Of course.
No, but this is a perfect class, racecraft, it's track time, and it's something that I've never had. Preparation before the roads. And I haven't done a full championship.
No,
I think I've only ever done 2 full championships in the time I'm riding. Classic Racing and North East Club. And that was only 3 rounds. Yeah, I've never been able to afford a full season.
Of course, because everything's been focused on the roads anyway. So it's been focused on the Northwest, the TT, and the national road races.
Yeah, that's it.
It has been your bread and butter. Of the national road races, if you could pick one to go to for the rest of your days,
Armoy.
Is that the one?
I've got such a soft spot for like Armoy, but then I've got a soft spot for them all.
Yeah.
You know, like Anne Forsyth who runs like the Tamragee event, that is an unbelievable circuit, and they just get a little bit of bad luck from there. Not from the spectators, not from just weather and everything. It's just what would make these events bigger is more money. That is as simple as that. And
makes the world go round, doesn't it?
It does. But if they could turn those events from 2 days into 3 days, there'd be more people there.
It's true. And the more people that buy a program,
but
it's super important for people to buy a program while they're there to support the events at times like this. It helps soften the blow.
Of course it does. And I tell you what, I don't go on social media. I don't watch, like, honestly, I'm a little hermit up from the northeast. I go cut trees, earn money, go home, and cuddle the dog when I get a chance. You know what I mean? But you know, I saw a couple of comments on like Facebook, and people are coming up with suggestions. Now I don't know who left this comment or what, but they were talking about like the Dakar system.
Okay.
In Dakar, that's definitely not gated. It's open desert, but people still go spectate, but they still drag money into the event through like armbands and stuff like that. Like that, yet again, I don't know the ins and outs, but that's definitely a solution that you think, well, let's show a fan and let's show that system. But people in Ireland, and I can say this openly without getting any well, I will get negativity because people have their own.
Everybody's got their own view.
But it's simple. The people that have gone to Ireland and watched road racing have been giving it to them, and that attitude is like, why should I change? People who want it there are not willing to pay.
I fully agree on that.
Because they've had it for free for that long, but they're the ones who are going to be the first ones to stand there, along with all of us in this room, going, it's gone. What the hell's happened?
Yeah, why is it gone? Well, if you'd have bought a program and supported the event.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine, Norm, lives in Northern Ireland, and he said the same thing. He's born and bred on Irish road racing, and every time he goes, he buys a program. And he said he knows of people who've gone for years to all these events, never bought a thing, sit in the hedges, have a great day of racing, but have given nothing back to it. Yeah. And that's where the thing falls on its arse, because it is an open playing field. You can't you can't gate off roads and go and have people paying or doing like they do at the Blackpool Illuminations, stop people leaving and you chuck your money in the bucket.
And that's not even for the organisers. That's just people robbing.
That's just some dude at the end. That's just some dude at the end of the prom going, "Yeah, pal, it's for the kids." Yeah, of course it is, mate. Yeah, it's either that or my tyres, one of the two.
Simple as that. But no, you're right.
But the infrastructure isn't, and the logistics of doing that are virtually impossible.
But you miss something when it's gone, and you know what? We've had a glimpse of it going.
Yeah.
Let's hope that changes. Let's hope this. But
if COVID didn't get it, it'd be really disappointing for something that wasn't a global pandemic.
Yeah.
We came back after that.
We came back from a global pandemic, and it's financial that is stopping it. And the problem is, it's not just this situation, it's situations of past, and people have been betrayed by fake GoFundMes and fake this and fake that. There needs to be a solid base of going, look, this is where, and you know what that word needs? Transparency.
Of course it does.
It needs to be going, this is where the money's going. That's where
this is what we've got, this is what we've spent on, this is how we've done it. Yeah.
This is where the money's gone.
Do you think
you know what? I would chuck in my last couple of quid at that. You would.
Of course you would.
You're going like,
because
right,
you know where it's going.
Everyone can just click on, there's the money.
Yeah. That's where it is. That's paid for this, that's paid for that, and that's the other.
And yet again, that's easy for us to stand here and say that.
But it is, but we're not in
practice,
control.
Exactly. No, not even the control, but actually putting these ideas and theories into practice, actually.
Which is what we need.
It is, you know what I mean?
And especially coming from a rider. Yeah, for me, you can be my number 2.
I am a shit. What can I say?
Let's have a quick touch on the podcast.
Yeah.
You're going from strength to strength with the
congratulations.
New
Yours
look.
is awesome there.
Well, we're both here for the same thing, aren't we? It's bringing bike racing to the masses. And this is the bit that I love. I've always been a massive supporter of the show, and I continue to be. And it's lovely to see it continuing.
Have you watched Danny Buchan's yet? I don't watch podcasts. Now, I wasn't saying, people are like, oh, where's this going to go? But it's not. It's good that people are doing it.
It's
like
there.
Like Dean Harrison, he had a go at it. Shame. What a damn shame. But if more
the
people
bottom line
do
is, it's not easy.
It's not easy. Far from
if anybody
easy,
thinks this is easy, it kind of isn't.
It's piss easy, if anyone's listening. No,
Says he just rocks up.
Have a word with yourself. But it's the more people are in it, the bigger the market, the bigger everything. No, it's good, getting the word out there, positivity, driving it. People want to share stories.
It's telling people the stories of our sport.
Of course it is.
And there's so many people to go round, and I've said this so many times. Chasing and Racing and Off Track could interview the same person on the same day and have 2 different shows. And that's the beauty of how we do it. And it's so good to see you carrying on and see you and see you smiling.
Oh no, it's
you got wind still from last night.
Oh, that's and the dodgy eyes as well. But seriously, it's like with the podcast, I'm terrified, Dave. I'm not going to lie. It was Chrissy's idea, and I was very lucky that he came up with me when I had a few Guinnesses in heavily into my system, and he said, "That's what I want to do. Do you want to be part of it?" I said, "Yeah, let's go for it."
Yeah.
And I've been very lucky to be a part of that journey, and we've both worked very hard on that. And when Chrissy lost his life, I was very much for going, no, we had this journey together, and it's just not the same. But it takes. I have learned so much from Chrissy, and more importantly, I've learned so much from the Rouse house. You know what I mean? And they've just, and Grace, and Karen and Martin, I'm so sorry if you're going to hear this, but if the house was on fire, Chrissy would have saved Grace first. You know what I mean? He would have dragged her. He would have gone back.
He'd have gone back in.
100% gone back in.
But first things first.
But Grace,
she's fantastic.
She is an unbelievable woman. And I'm not just saying that.
No, she is. I fully agree.
An unbelievable woman. And when Grace and the family said, "Look, we want to continue it," and it's for Chrissy's hard work, because Chrissy got a kick out of this, and unfortunately, people who didn't know him at the time have got to know him now in horrible circumstances, and everything that has been said is 100% true. He is an unbelievable character that was so selfish and humble, and he got a kick out of people messaging him going, you've helped me and my friend, I was in a bad place with this, and Chrissy didn't go, look what I'm doing. No. He's actually going, how can I do this more for people?
Yeah.
That was the character we're going, and
100%.
And you know what? It turned me into a dickhead, and I'm like that going, I'm stopping. I'm stopping. And Grace has gone, look, it's helping people. Let's keep it going. And I went, and my attitude just flipped on its head.
It's a dreadful situation, the worst situation to be a part of, and your first reactions doesn't always have to be the right one or the wrong one. You just have to know and see it in other people's eyes to go, actually, we're doing something great here. We're doing something for people. And that's what it is. It's not about me. It's not about you or Chrissy. It's about the sport and the people within the sport, where they might have had struggles. And we've had the same sort of thing. A guy came up to me, I forget his name, and it wouldn't be right to mention it anyway. Came to see us at Brands Hatch, and he said, do you know what, Dave? He said, I've got to say thank you. He said, your show and Chasing the Racing helped me out no end. I've had some troubles, I've had some issues, but you guys have kept me positive because I love what you do. That's why we do what we do. It's not about me, it's not about you. We're lucky to host them. The guests are the important thing.
Yeah, no,
and that's how I see it. We're just lucky to do what we do.
Yeah, very. And it's like, no, it's.
But the good
no,
thing, the best thing
it's
is,
nailed on it. It's a nail on the head. And like for me, it's You know, Chrissy. Oh God, no.
No.
I just missed a little foot, yeah.
What? When you said earlier on about doing this, the opportunities come up to do this. Now, the attitude more than ever is, yes, let's do it. Yes, let's do it. Why? Because we can. What's the worst that can happen? Let's just go and do it.
Yeah, 100%.
We might enjoy it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
that's the bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, it's I've definitely got my own prerogative when it comes to this. You know, I've got my dreams to chase, and that's what Chrissy Rouse stood for.
Absolutely, it is.
And it's and that's what he wanted to keep spreading, and he just, hey.
So tell me how you're going to win that F900 Cup.
I'm
the
going to
BMW F900
I am
Cup.
going to
Let's
take
drop
a
that
shit
name
in
in
everyone
there
else's
again.
tank. You know what I mean? They're going to spend more money on fuel filters than anything. I'm single-handedly going to drag literally the BMW Motorrad team onto the front of Forbes for me. Totally sabotaging the enemy. Enemy, that's a strong word.
Wow.
Yeah, the enemy.
Well,
They
maybe
are.
it is these days. You don't know.
That's
You're going to get out there and we're going to hit them fucking
That's
hard.
it. But
That's
what
it is.
I tell you what, though, what would be great to see is, and I'm just going to say how it is, because that's who we are.
That's who. It's what we do.
You know what reignited the Ducati tri-options? That one race with John McGuinness and Chris Stalker-Walker.
Down at Brands Hatch.
And people, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, get your ass in front of a computer, type in it on YouTube. You will be entertained.
After you've watched Off Track and Chasing the Racing.
Obviously.
Then you can go and watch this.
But go watch that. It is just phenomenal. And what I really hope for is if BMW are going to watch this or whatever,
Yep.
I hope that happens again.
I think it will. I think
really
it's got
hope,
the potential to do it.
And actually, funny enough, you're talking about the meal. I got to bump into the Motorrad team. The motorcycle team that represent the UK, and they're hungry, they're passionate, and they want entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like they just see us as gladiators, and they just want to get your gum shields in.
I think the Tri-Options Cup had maybe run its course. It'd been around a long time, and you'd had Josh Day in there who'd run away with it. We'd had Shoebridge. Dave Shoebridge was kind of running away with it until Blaze Baker came along. But with this,
that would happen in any class, which is more important.
No.
It is. So it's like let's face it. Supersport did the same with Jack Kennedy.
That's true. Fair point.
Engraved the trophy.
Yeah.
What got interesting is when you put Jack Kennedy world class on a less performance bike, and it brought the pack in. It did.
Let's see how we get on with this.
We want racing.
Yeah, we do.
We all watch Motor 3. How many
Brilliant.
Motor 3 riders can you name in high class? I'll give you my answer first. I can't name one of them. I can't name a single one in Motor 3.
You can't.
But I click it on, and
Josh Watley, Scott Ogden, Jam Amasia.
No, in the Spanish stuff. In Motor 3 World stuff.
That is Worlds.
Is he? No, Scott Magnan. What's Magnan?
That's Moto 3.
That's Motor 3. Is he stepped up already? Has he done this season?
Scott Ogden.
Aye.
This will be season 2 with Josh Watley in the Michael Laverty Vision Track team.
Yeah, shows how my finger's on the pulse here. But anyway, what's important, my point is here, I have no idea how to say their names. It's a Geordie accent in this. But I watched that because it's racing.
That's brilliant.
It is just head to toe nuts. And I think this class is going to deliver that. And I really hope no one clears off in front. Now, I will swallow my words if it's
I can edit this bit if I need to.
No, don't you dare. I am 100% hypocritical, because I hope no one clears up in the front. But if it is me,
if it's
suck
you,
it up. Suck it up. Because but there's a lot of lads stepping up from Thundersport. There's lads stepping up from different classes in BSB in this. There's no mugs entering this class.
No.
Far from it. But I'm really.
You got your work cut out, kid.
Mate, no, and you know what? I've done this, and Chrissy taught me into doing this.
Yeah.
To learn.
It's why it's important.
It's a skill, it's a craft, and it's something I've never done. I've always gone to the TT.
Yeah.
I've done the Northwest as a warm-up and gone to the TT, and I've done a track day before that, and I'm going down Bray Hill against the rest of the world. But that's how I've done
off the edge of the world from
that's
there,
it.
isn't it?
But it's like this is hey, you don't climb the ladder with your hands in your pockets, do you?
It's absolutely true.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. I'm a big fan of that.
You just gotta
just to
get your balls out, put them on a block, and
leave them in the garage and
they're there,
and hold them like that. Cojones. One thing, just to finish off, that we didn't get a chance to chat at the TT because you were busy flat out, and so was I. And the lads that I speak to who do the TT, I always ask the same question.
David hire car story.
No, I know you don't. I've asked you that before, twice, and you've let me down both
I haven't got a
times.
driving license. So
Well, exactly. So you're not going to be able to do that. When you get to the start, you're up on the Glen Crutchery Road. You get to the first gate. You paddle away from your mechanic. You're up to the arch, and your man's there, tap man, I call him. What is that feeling for you? What's going through your mind in those 10 seconds that you're paddling up and your man's got his hand, the fatherly hold here, and then it's tap and you're away? It absolutely. I'm giving you more time here. Have you noticed that? I'm buying you time to think about it.
It's just.
Gives me goosebumps.
It's just a release, because you know what? Every time you roll with that line, it's just like, I'm here. It's like a relief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's like, I'm here. Wow. You know, you soak it up, and then that's very, very quickly replaced by, don't stall. You know what I mean?
Slip it.
Like you're holding out, and you're like, ta-ra-da-roo, you know what I mean? You're just like, you're off, and you're just like, it's class. It's just...
Gives me goosebumps.
There's like 70 entries.
Yeah.
70 people in the whole world, out of the billions on this planet, get to do that.
That's the key.
And you're like, wow.
That's the key.
There's no...
Can I be honest with you? At the start of the Superbike race this year,
I stalled it.
I had an emotional moment. I cried. That's how much it meant. When John went off at the beginning, and the whole feeling, the atmosphere of being at the gate just ahead of the arch, and the tap on the shoulder and watching you boys come through, it just got to me. Just that first Superbike day, the first proper start, our chef looked at me, Rob, and he went, "Are you all right?" I went, "No, I'm not." And nothing else gives me that.
But I'm not working for the tourist board for the Isle of Man government here right now.
Not yet.
But you don't...
Paul Phillips is here. Do you want me to...
Crap. No, but seriously, but the thing is, you do not get that watching that on a tablet. The TT have done an awesome job accessing it worldwide.
100%.
With the idea, in my opinion, of what this is putting the fish hook out. Because you will never get that feeling that you have had off a telly.
No.
You stand there, the smell, the heat, everything.
It's the whole atmosphere, the electricity. You cannot get it anywhere else.
You know the closest I can describe that, and this is going to sound really weird, right? I work on military bases, and they do explosion tests. And I was working by the shed, and I was standing in the shed, tin shed. Now the thing is, it's sheer physics of neutron like dragging in together. It literally sucks the air off, and I'm talking in an open field here, standing in that shed, and the whole shed breathes in. You're talking an 8x8 meter shed, and the thing just breathes in and then goes out. That is like, stand there going, that is exactly what road racing does to the human brain. And you're like, wow. You have to be on an explosion military test site to get these experiences.
Well, yeah.
But, you know,
if you, I don't know. We know a few people. We could maybe do that at some point. I don't know.
But go there. If you've got you regret things in life that you don't do. If you've got anyone listening has got any notion of either going to the Manx or the TT, do it, even for 2 days, 3 days, because you will just experience something that will just rock your world. It's like first time seeing boobs, mate. You just don't forget.
I still enjoy that now.
I know.
It's like the TT. I enjoy that.
Off, do you?
No. 50 years old and still enjoy boobies.
You don't look 50.
Thanks, mate.
You definitely don't act it.
That's because I hang around with people like you.
Oh, God, yeah, there we are. Total knackers. So how are you finishing this off then?
I'm going to finish this off by saying all the very best for the season.
God, I need it.
Both on the F900R and on the roads. We will catch up later in the year.
Awesome.
But Dom, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, you very much. Shake my sweaty hand.
Thanks, Dom.
See you in a bit, lad. Cheers.